Hello besties, welcome back. Nice to see you. You're looking good. Today I'm doing a very important public service. Absolutely crucial for humanity's evolution. This is the kind of content that could single-handedly prevent another global crisis. Yes, yet another one.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
I am talking about interior design trends we are leaving behind in 2025. Some of these trends have been haunting us for years, some of them are still roaming free like unsupervised toddlers, and some of them are already dead, but nobody had the courage to tell them yet, so that's what I'm here for. And listen, before you clutch your beige pearls, alright? If you love any of the trends, that's okay.
You know, and I'm not judging you, but I'm just saying everybody else is gonna.
I personally love things I probably shouldn't love as well. For example, spending more money on candles than on groceries. If you don't judge me, I won't judge you. Deal? Consider this more of a design intervention from somebody who has spent way too much time at IKEA and learned all her lessons the hard way. Listen, your home is your temple of chaos, but you know, take this as your sign that it's time to evolve. Because today, 3rd of January 2026, I am finally channeling my inner Gordon Ramsay of interior design. If you don't know me, my name is Diana. Happy to make your acquaintance, sir, madame. And I love to talk for hours and hours and hours on end about things like interior design, books, beauty, all things cozy, you name it. Today, I'm gonna ask you to please grab a drink, get comfy with your favorite blanket, light a candle that you definitely overpaid for if you're like me. Let's get started. Let's start strong. Chaotic maximalism. Before you panic, I love me some maximalism. If I have to choose one single trend or interior design style, I would always go for maximalism. However, with a small caveat, real maximalism. Maximalism with a plot. Maximalism with emotional depth where every object looks like it has a story. I'm talking curated spaces filled with memories and personality. The kind of maximalism where you walk into someone's home, instantly you know who they are, what they like, where they've been, what their passions are, what they've seen, what they've collected, what they love. This is my personal comfort genre. It's cozy, it's expressive, it's artistic. Proper maximalism has roots in the Victorian era. People traveled, collected things, filled their homes with art, tapestries, souvenirs, books, velvet drapes, you name it. Every surface had a story. It was dramatic, romantic, a little insane even, in a lovely, poetic way. The Victorians were like, do you want a room full of taxidermied birds and 500 paintings? Yes, me too. I mean, we don't support the taxidermy part, but you get the drill. However, somewhere along the way, the internet took this gorgeous historical style and said, oh, so we just buy everything. And suddenly, modern maximalism became this overwhelming explosion of patterns, trinkets, and objects that look like you just shook a thrift store like a maraca. Suddenly we're seeing shelves covered in random objects. The original idea behind maximalism was storytelling. It was about meaning. Every object had a reason to be there. What we see now is just overconsumption dressed as personality. It is what I would call Etsy anxiety maximalism. And I love Etsy, so that's saying something. Design-wise, the problem is that nothing has real hierarchy. Your eyes don't really know where to land. There's no focal point, no negative space, nothing really to balance the chaos. It just translates as noise, which is the visual equivalent of 9 people talking to you at the same time. And as an introverted, that's a nightmare to me, personally. And don't get me wrong, I love me a dramatic room, alright? I'm the most dramatic person here, probably. Out of all of us, I would win any dramatic person contest ever.
And scene.
But I also like drama with direction. I don't want my room to look like I just randomly loved 10 different styles on Pinterest and I just mix them all together into my home. That is simply not the point. What really works here is intentional, purposeful maximalism. Think of your room as a story. Choose pieces that matter to you while keeping the colors in the same family so everything feels connected. Layered textures. I love to layer textures, and lately I've been playing with that a lot in my own apartment. You can do this, for example, with bed sheets, blankets, pillows, throw pillows. The possibilities are really infinite, but do it with intention. Do it in a way that your eyes can still rest in between layers and textures and colors. If you're going for this style, your home should feel like a little treasure box, not like an antique store vomited on your apartment. The choice of color palette should also be very intentional. I have at least 5 different colors in my color palette, but everything makes sense together. Also make sure to always use negative space, so everything of treasure you own actually has a chance to stand out, so they don't pile on top of each other. You don't want to give I panicked at 11 p.m. on Etsy, okay? You want to give presents and a moment. Like this moment, I don't want to give. I actually like HelloFresh. HelloFresh, can you sponsor me? Anybody can you sponsor me? Anyway, so as I was saying, presents. You want to make sure that your little treasures do stand out. So again, negative space, very important. Maximalism should feel like you're in a novel, not like you're in an episode of Hoarders. You want one bold pattern, one subtle pattern, not 17 competing for attention. And another hot take, not really. Your space should tell your story, not a Pinterest board, not a trend on TikTok, your story. So if maximalism is your personality, fine, love that for you. But random maximalism is not our personality. Let's be specific here. Cold, white LED lighting, also known as why do I look like a corpse in my own home? When LEDs became cheaper and super energy efficient, everyone jumped on them. Stores started marketing this icy blue light as this futuristic, clean, modern thing, which is great if you want your home to be giving dentist office or hospital hallway. I'm talking about the kind of lighting where you sit down after a long day and suddenly feel like you need to confess to something. I am truly passionate about this one. If your house still has that icy blue lighting, bestie, why do you hate yourself? I truly hate it with a passion. When I turn on a cold LED light, I truly look like I haven't slept since 2013. It washes out your skin, your furniture, your plants. It's giving sad, flat, soulless vibe. And we don't like that. And if you do, you have a problem. And I don't think I can help you with that. The lighting in your home is so important because it's literally subconscious emotional control. And cold LEDs say, I hate joy. Cold lighting completely flattens your skin tone, kills all the ambience in the room, and exposes every single tiny imperfection on your walls, your furniture, anything. It drains all the warmth from your decor and makes everything feel sterile. And believe it or not, lighting is psychological. Please, I invite you to do your own research if you don't believe me, but warm light literally increases feelings of comfort, safety, and relaxation. On the other hand, cold lighting increases alertness, which is perfect if you're performing open heart surgery, but not ideal if you're watching Netflix and eating ramen on your couch, which is probably what most of us are doing at home. Or is it just me? Lighting is literally the mood setter of your home, and switching to warm lighting changes absolutely everything. Aim for soft, warm bulbs. I'm talking golden, cozy, fireplace energy. If you're not one of those amazingly fortunate people who has one, this is a great alternative. And suddenly everything looks 100 times more beautiful. Your decor looks richer, you look alive, and your apartment will automatically gain a lot more personality. And also, for the love of all that is holy, okay, add lamps. Don't rely on overhead lighting. Add layers of little lamps instead of one big bulb that flashes you from the ceiling like God's flashlight, alright? Unless you love prison lighting. In that case, don't let me stop you. You do you, boo. Add some accent lights, maybe a candle or 2 or 10 if you're me. The bottom line here is warm lighting can make even the most basic IKEA living room feel like an enchanted little cottage. On the other hand, cold lighting makes you feel like an unwashed onion. To me, it truly is the difference between I love my life and I'm about to quit everything and move to a cave. Choose wisely. Oh my god. The beige era. What a time to be alive. The neutral takeover. The beige dictatorship. The oat milk cult, which I belong to, by the way. Not because of the beige, I just love oat milk. I also am lactose intolerant, so I don't really have a choice, do I? But I digress. Call it whatever you want, we'll live through it. The aesthetic that dominated Instagram for like 40 years straight. Now, Beige girlies. Don't come for me. Don't fight me. Listen. Just please listen to what I have to say.
I'm gonna fuck you up.
I too have been seduced in the past by the beige lifestyle. Everything looked clean, soothing, soft, like living in a Scandinavian yoga retreat. What's not to love about that? Right? Well, all beige, nothing else aesthetic has reached monastery territory, and we hate it here. This era came straight from the 2020 pandemic anxiety era. We wanted calm, safety, minimalism, Scandinavian freshness. Beige said, I will hold you, and we said, yes, mother. But after years of it, we realized, wait, I'm living inside a decaffeinated latte. Beige couches, beige rugs, beige walls, beige art, beige vases, beige everything. It's like all of our homes became a gluten-free cookie. A space that has no depth, no contrast, no personality. Beige on beige looks flat. It washes out natural light, it looks pretty on Instagram, but in real life, it's just sad. Now hear me out. Ugh. Beige still works beautifully, but it needs friends. Wormwood textures, deeper earth tones, contrast. There is literally endless options you can choose from. I'm talking terracotta, olive, charcoal, rust, something, anything, but with depth. Art that actually has color and that isn't just abstract beige squiggles. Bring life back with greens, accent blacks, soft blues. Once again, texture is such a great tool. Linen, boucle, wood, stone, plants. Your space can be calm without being colorless. Keep the calm energy, but give it dimension. You deserve more than living inside a latte foam. We need to talk about tiny rugs. The moment I see a tiny rug under a giant sofa, I feel my soul leave my body. I know, they're cheaper, they're easier to buy, and stores lie to you by displaying them in giant rooms pretending that they fit. They do not fit. Technically, they do. Now, visually, it's a completely different story. We have all made this mistake. But the tiny rug era is officially over, I hope. Years ago, rugs were really expensive and tiny rugs were more accessible. That's really how the trend started. And then fast home decor brands gaslit us into thinking 120 by 170 rug is actually perfect as a living room rug. And spoiler alert, it is not. That rug is perfect for nothing. Design-wise, at least, they don't do anything for your space. A proper rug should be big enough to ground the room. Small rugs for big spaces instantly shrink your space. They make your furniture look disconnected and the entire room looks unbalanced because they visually break your room. It quite literally is like putting a coaster under your sofa or a sticker on the floor and calling it decor. I mean, what? When your rug is large enough, big enough that your furniture sits on it, not around it, your whole room looks more intentional, warm, and complete. Even affordable rugs can do it, like jute, cotton flat weaves, IKEA classics. I just got a package! Okay, let's go. Rugs. Yes, IKEA has really huge rugs for really decent prices. Jute rugs are huge and they are affordable. Believe me, size matters more than pattern or price. I mean, of course, if you have a budget, let's not be ridiculous, but size is definitely more important. And I'm talking about rugs. Get the biggest rug your budget can handle and watch how your living room will visually grow 3 square meters. In vibes. Instant glow up. I cannot stress enough. A good rug will always ground your furniture and define the space. If you're on a budget, go for jute, flat weave, IKEA, secondhand, anything. But please, for your eyes, for your furniture, for your home, for all of us, upgrade your rug. Your floor deserves better. Oh man, the next trend we are returning are wall quotes. Yeah, the leave, laugh, love epidemic, the gather sign in the kitchen, the family decor, the dream sticker above your bed. I've done that. Okay, I'm guilty of that. Dark times. The home side inside your home, in case you forget where you are, I guess. This trend originally came from the American farmhouse, lobby, hobby, universe, and the Pinterest combo of the early 2010s. The idea behind it was quite wholesome, I'll admit. Encouraging words, positivity, all in all things to make you feel cozy and grateful. But I think I can say that after more than a decade, it's not cozy anymore. It's given default personality template. giving every Airbnb ever, giving my aunt who sells essential oils decorated this. Everyone had the same signs, the same phones, the same mass-produced messages. I'm sorry to say, but it aged like milk. My main problem with it is, once again, and I know I've stressed this a lot, but it's just too generic. Your home should express you, not inspirational posters. In my opinion, typography art instantly ages a space because it's been done to death. Replace the quotes with art, prints, personal photos, weird little objects. I'm sure you have a lot of those. Handmade pieces, something that you painted during an emotional crisis. Don't ask me how I came up with that idea. Your space should stop instructing people on how to behave and start telling your actual story instead. Your walls don't need to give commands. Art should evoke a feeling, not give instructions. And finally, we're saying goodbye to the rental apartment apocalypse, also known as the full gray aesthetic. Gray floor, gray walls, gray couch, gray pillows, gray curtains, also known as the space I decorated during my corporate burnout, and this color felt appropriate. The gray explosion happened during an interesting time because it felt modern. It felt like it matched stainless steel appliances, which were becoming also very trendy at the time. Builders loved it because it had dirt and it was easy to sell, so they ended up buying gray paint in bulk, which made it, of course, cheaper. So what I take from this is that nobody actually chose the gray aesthetic. It was chosen for us. We just accepted it. But the problem for me is that gray interiors feel really cold. Similar to LED lights, they just suck the warmth out of natural light. They look very flat in real life, even though they photograph beautifully. We are in our personality romantic era now. We want warmth, we want color, we want texture, we want humanity. Come on, your home shouldn't feel like it was designed by an Epson printer. If you're still stuck with gray walls or gray flooring, don't panic, I can help you. Not all is lost, you can still save the room. The fix here is bringing in warm elements. Warm woods, soft or even deeper earthy tones, beige textiles, brass or gold elements, warm lighting. We've talked about this. Wood, brass, color, and contrast will be your best friends if your home still looks like the waiting room of an insurance office. My deepest condolences if it does. But you don't need to remove everything gray. You just need to balance it out with life. We survived this horrible trend. Now please, let's move on. And that, my friends, is the list of my suggestions of trends that we should definitely leave behind in 2025. Some of which I may or may not be placing a restraining order against. Beige and gray interiors, I'm looking at you. Once again, I want to emphasize, if you still love any of these, don't worry. Design is personal. Your home is your safe space to express yourself and do anything you like with it, even if it makes the rest of us a little bit concerned for you. But if your rug is tiny, please change it. Let me know in the comments if you would be interested in a video about the trends that we are taking into 2026, because I'm happy to say we're returning to personality, and I am so happy and grateful for us as a species for that. It truly might have restored my faith in humanity. So I will see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.